All right, what's up everyone? Kevin Leslie talking about proper setup on the machine before you even take your first stroke for a session. And the thing I tell athletes is there's two things you want to check every single time you get on the ERG. And no matter where it is, whether it's at your boathouse, in your garage, at the YMCA, and it hasn't been used for 17 years, you check these two things prior to every session. You check your feet and you check your resistance. Those are the two things, and the resistance will come in a later video. But regarding the feet, what I want you to think about is it doesn't have to do with your shoe size, not necessarily. It has more to do with your mobility and mitigating the limitations that your body might force you to deal with. What do I mean by that? If you think about the proper setup of your feet, you can lower it all the way down to the lowest hole, right? I think it's a 6, it looks like, right? And I can put my feet in, and what I can notice is I have a lot of mobility through my hips, right? That hip hinge movement, right? We talk a lot about going from 11 o'clock layback to a 1 o'clock body tilt, right? It's the same thing here. That's that hip hinge movement, the ability to hinge from the hips without compromising our body position, right? Or putting us in an unsafe position. Versus the opposite. If I come here and I raise my feet all the way to the lowest hole, right? Which puts my feet in the highest position. Watch this. If I place my feet into the foot or onto the footboards, right? And I try to move and hinge from the hips, I have a lot more restriction, particularly through my hamstrings. And if you see, if I try to get to a normal body angle position, there's a lot more curvature in my low back. My pelvis is a little bit more underneath me, right? I have a limited ability to get to a true hip hinge position. And that's what you want to experiment with. You want to figure out what is the proper or best position for you as an athlete that allows you to move throughout the stroke without compromising your position. Because if you think about it, right, you have thousands upon thousands of strokes that you're taking. You want to make sure that you're getting into a proper position so that you're not putting a lot of wear and tear on your low back. So that's what I want you to think about. When you set up your feet, can you put more of a fix or a band-aid on top of any kind of mobility restrictions that you have? Now again, it's a long-term fix. You can think about mobility and other things to get a little bit more clearance through the body, but at least it'll help position you for success with all the strokes that you're taking over the course of the season, the sessions, and so on and so forth. So that's what I want you to think about, right? Manipulate the feet, find a position that best suits you and puts you in a safe position so that you can perform those thousands upon thousands of strokes with confidence. That's all I got. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Subscribe to the channel. We got more and more coming. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.